Hello everyone, my name is Hicho Park, a workers' compensation attorney and dispute resolution specialist in New York. My interest is connecting ancient Asian masters' wisdom with NLP, modern psychology, and brain science in an attempt to resolve conflicts between individuals, family members, parties, groups, and nations. This is the second video for such efforts. Today, I want to start with the famous Aesop's story. A wolf had been feasting too greedily, and a bone had stuck crosswise in his throat. He could get it neither up nor down, and of course, he could not eat a thing at all. Naturally, there was an awful state of affairs for a greedy wolf, so away he hurried to the crane. He was sure that she, with her long neck and bill, would easily be able to reach the bone and put it out. The wolf said, "I will reward you very handsomely if you pull that bone off for me." The crane, as you can imagine, was very uneasy about putting her head in her wolf's throat, but she was a grasping nature, so she did what the wolf asked her to do. When the wolf felt the bone was gone, he started to walk away. "But what about my reward?" called the crane anxiously. "What?" snarled the wolf, rolling around. "Haven't you got it? It's enough that I let you take your head out of my mouth without snapping off?" And this happened because the crane defined the reward in a totally different way than the wolf did. The story tells us that we need to keep in mind that the other person and you have different frames of references, different experiences, different ways of looking at things, different values, and in all likelihood, you will use different words to say the same thing or use the same words to say the different thing. I think a lot of disputes arise here: language ambiguity. Modern brain science tells us that despite language and thought being closely tied to each other, the expression of thought is not always achieved in words. Actually, there is no one-to-one match between language and thought. Lao Tzu, the ancient Asian master, said in the book called Tao Te Ching that the way that can be said of is not unvarying way. The names that can be named are not unvarying names. 道的道非常道，名可名非常名. He tells us that the moment you express something in words, you reveal only one aspect of thing. Just like the wolf and the crane story, their meaning of reward was different even though they spoke the same word. Linguistic ambiguity. In that regard, the meaning of reward should have been clarified during their negotiation. When L. Smith was governor back in the 1920s, he was asked how he felt about prohibition and the consumption of alcohol, hot political topics of the day. His response was classic. "If by alcohol you mean that which is the defiler of innocence, the corrupter of chastity, the scourge of disease, the ruination of the mind, and the cause of unemployment and broken families, then of course I oppose it with every resource of my mind and body. But if by alcohol you mean that spirit of fellowship, that oil of conversation which adds little to the lip and the music to the mouth, that liquid warmth which gladdens the soul and the cheers the heart, that benefit whose tax revenue had contributed countless millions into public treasuries to educate our children, to care of the blind, and treat our needy elder citizens, then with all the resources of my mind and body, I favor it." His speech tells us that our attitude towards alcohol can be different depending on how we define it. How do we resolve disputes coming from language ambiguity? I want to talk about it in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay warm and healthy. I will see you again next time. Bye bye now.